Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 35 of Expand the Conversation with Jillian podcast. On today's episode, I have with me Jalisa Danielle. She's a professional astrologer, a former public school educator, and a passionate advocate for using astrology as a tool for radical self-understanding. This was such a fun conversation. Jaleesa brings a refreshingly grounded and no fluff approach to astrology, and just listening to her talk about how she understands people on a deeper level through astrology is really eye-opening. And, she taught me a lot about my own chart as well as my son's. And so it was a super interesting conversation. And we talk about what the big three are, and why they're the best starting point in astrology. We talk about solar progressions, the rising sign as your outward personality and social mask, how Mercury signs govern communication style. And then we talk about Aquarius energies, Gemini energies, how Gen Z was born in Sagittarian energy. So it's a super fun conversation. And it's just, we go pretty deep, but we also goose a little bit. So I hope everybody enjoys this conversation as much as I did recording it. So let's get into it. On today's episode, I have with me astrologer Jalisa Danielle.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you. Like I mentioned, I haven't had an astrologer on yet. And astrology is the one modality that I haven't gone super deep into. So I know a lot of general concepts. I know my big three. I know where I can learn a little bit more. But I know that's going to be a whole undertaking of its own. So I'm still
Yeah.
just outsourcing that.
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, it is a lot to kind of wrap people's heads around. So I try not to do too much because then people start to get a little like, all right, you're telling me a little too much right now. That's a little too accurate. So I'm glad you at least know your big three. Yeah, it's a start. It is a start.
Yeah. I know my big three, and a friend of mine, she just went through an astrology course. And so sometimes I'll check with her, when Jupiter was in Cancer, I'm like, that's in my second house. What does that mean? So I know little tidbits. But outside of that, I wouldn't be able to come on a podcast and talk about
Yeah.
astrology.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I could talk about anything, really, literally anything, but I feel like astrology can be integrated into every profession, everything. Everybody has zodiac signs, so, people just need to kind of just be open to hearing more. And some people don't care to go that deep, that's cool too, but I can talk to all levels of interest, I would say.
Yeah,
hmm
I love it.
hmm
I love it.
Yeah.
So I always ask the same three questions at the
hmm
beginning of the episode. And the first question I'll ask is, what is your favorite way to connect with yourself right now?
Oh, okay. The favorite way to connect to myself is being in isolation is one. My favorite thing to do is sit in the car. Like when I pull up home, I'm sitting in the car for like an hour, I don't know. It's just something about the silence of the car and the silence of home is two different things. So, um, being able to sit with my thoughts, not too long though, because air signs can think a little bit too much, and then I'm like, all right, let me get out the car. It's been 3 hours have passed already, and I'm still sitting there. But I think isolation is definitely the best way for me to connect back to myself.
Yeah,
hmm
I love that. And
hmm
when I was doing my full-time job, I definitely did the same thing. It was almost
hmm
like I had this little bubble around me where I
hmm
was still kind of releasing the day
hmm
and being such an empath,
hmm
giving time for all of that to go and then just kind of sitting with myself. And the
hmm
further I've gotten along in my healing journey, I've really realized how much I like being in my own energy
hmm Yeah.
before going in to be a mom, to be a partner, and then
hmm
fudging up my energy again with other
Yeah.
people's stuff.
Yeah, you have to. You can't you gotta have your own identity. You gotta have your own thing. Like I know people got kids and moms and stuff and they kind of make their whole identity that, but you are something outside of that too. So people need to remember. I don't have kids, more power to y'all, but you gotta do your own thing too, because your kids will eventually do their own thing as well. And you don't want to be at that point in life where you're like, wait, who am I? like outside of them. They're gone to college or whatever, and then that's where people kind of get confused and lost. So astrology is a great way to kind of always remember like who you are and what your gifts are and what you're here kind of like to do. What is your big three, by the way?
So Gemini rising and sun, and then I'm an Aquarius moon.
Oh, okay, okay. My best friend's a Gemini sun. My sister's an Aquarius moon. My little sister's an Aquarius moon. So I understand the vibes. All right, I get it. What's the date of your birthday? Like the date?
May 26th, 1989.
26. Oh, okay. 26. Are you like really good with like business and numbers and structure and like do you have like an eye for like management? Like do you feel like you know how to like organize things like that?
I do, as
Uh-huh.
long as it's for other people. I'm
Hmm.
learning how to manage myself.
Hmm.
And it's funny that you asked about the structure because it's been something I've kind of fought with my whole
Hmm.
life. And my, I don't know how much you know about numerology, but my
Oh,
numerology is
that's what
20.
I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like the eight personality number.
Yeah.
Everyone around me who's helping me with finances and business always is born on the date that adds up to an eight. So
Interesting.
yeah, like they'll be like, you can do this, you can monetize like this. Like I have the ideas and the innovation, but then they kind of bring it to like, okay, how do we practically apply this and turn this into a business or turn this
Mhm.
into something? Gemini is like, I want to do everything, you know? So
Yeah.
I could see how you could be like, I have it in me, but I'm still like, I want to do this and this and this and this and this. And yeah, that's definitely Gemini energy.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and so my numerology is a 22-4. So that structure piece,
Hmm.
that foundations is
Hmm.
something that like I really see. But again, like it's always easier to see it outwardly than
Hmm.
inwardly. Like
Hmm.
I think it's the overthinking in my air signs that I get caught up in all of the mess
Hmm.
for myself. And then I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And then
Yeah.
add in the manifesting generator, like all of
Hmm.
my charts kind of like line up with that. I want to do
Oh,
all
you're
the
amazing. Okay.
things
Hmm.
and just like make it happen.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
make it
and it's
happen.
okay. It's okay. That's where you learn when you learn astrology, you learn like Gemini, Sag, Virgo, and Pisces are all the mutable, changeable energies. So they could literally want to do everything. And to other people, it could look like you don't have structure. You don't have like why are you doing you did this for 2 months, you did that for 6 months, you did but that's the whole point of like all of this anyways, this human experience is literally to try everything. You're not here to like do one thing and it does trying to break the idea that if you aren't at a job for 10 years in a row, like, oh, you don't have structure or you don't have like, there's no right or wrong. It's like, do everything you want to do. You want to be a waitress, you want to be a cook, you want to be this, you want to be like, just do it all. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm always like trying to just it's funny, my partner, he's like, "What are you doing?" Like you do
Like,
something for a couple months and then you're just like on to the next thing and I'm like,
yeah,
"It's literally
I'm
who I am."
multi-talented. I'm
Yeah.
multi-talented. Sorry. And somebody was asking me about that too, because I had, made some coffee and like I was like, okay, I want because I drink coffee like every single day, and I was like, I want my own bottled coffee on my own thing, and so I did it, I made it, I bought all this stuff, and then my friends were like, "What's going on with that?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's just for me to learn how to do everything in case I need to do that. Like I'm doing this event. Oh, coffee sounds like it could go together. Okay, let me do that. Like you don't have to do it all the time consistently, you know? Like you might just need that to use that talent for that one time, but you already know how to do it because you tried it.
Hmm.
So you don't have to turn everything into like a sustainable business. It could be used here and there and whenever you need it to. So that's
I
what we're
love
doing
that.
when we're doing 1,000 things.
Yeah. Thank you for the
Yeah.
confirmation.
Yeah, like I'm like, girl, I'm not about to be Starbucks. Okay, I'm selling some coffees at a cute little brunch thing I'm doing. Like that's kind of like how people should utilize their gifts. You don't have to turn it into some $1 million business every time you have an idea. So,
Yeah. I think that's a great reminder. And I
mhm,
think people, I was talking to a client about this the other day, and she's like, I want to do something in the healing space. What can I do? And I was like,
mhm,
there's so many things. You really need to just like listen to your joy. That's all you
mhm,
can do.
yeah,
And even in my own business, like I do the energy healing, I do the epigenetics blueprints. And so
mhm,
it's like I kind of bounce around and I'm like,
mhm,
I do yoga. So sometimes I'm like, I want to do this. Sometimes I want to do
mhm,
that. And I just
yeah,
lean into when I'm feeling with it
mhm,
and when the vibe's right. Like
yeah. Just go
it
with the
doesn't.
vibes, just
Yeah.
vibe, y'all. Just go with the vibes. Just follow the vibes. I think I had like a more of like a structured upbringing and like very like go to school and go to college and go to the, and then that's how I was kind of like conveying my messages to people is like, why isn't everyone in college and why doesn't everyone do this and da da da. But now astrology has obviously taught me that everyone has their own path and their own journey and really like I don't maybe I'm too accepting, but like I've read into this so much that if I'm saying oh, when's your birthday? Oh, you're a Gemini, and then the eight personality number. I kind of have an idea already of how you could be. So if I'm hearing you say something, watching you do something, it's not that I always agree with everything that people are doing, but it's more of like, I'm like, oh, I get it. I understand why they would say that, or why they would do that, but I'm not here to tell you that it's wrong. That's
Mhm.
just like the energy that you have. So that's why I'm like, y'all could tell me anything. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I probably did it already. So, it's whatever.
No, I love that. And it's so interesting because I even will use like my son's information as far
hmm
as like human design
hmm
numerology, what I know about his astrology,
hmm
like with him. And
hmm
he's an Aquarius sun. So like he is very
Okay.
internal. Like he
hmm
doesn't really chat about his
We
feelings.
be
If I
chill.
Yeah. And if he wants to, I'm like, I have to like pull it out of him. And then I finally
hmm
stopped doing that. I was like, if he wants to come talk to me, he will.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that and that's another thing too. Like when you even though you're an Aquarius moon, it's like we have similar energies, but that's not your sun, that's not your soul. So
Mhm.
as an Aquarius sun, um, we also too depending on when he is born, you look at if you're looking at his birth chart and you're looking at the sun, his sun degree, like what degree is it in? Is it a high number? Is it a low number? Is it let's say it's at 25 degrees Aquarius sun. That means at 5 years old, because at the 30th degree mark, you progress to the next sign. So if he's born at the 25th degree, around 5 years old, he's going to now move into the next sign, which is Pisces, which is a more introverted sign. So you're
Mhm.
going in order of the zodiac. So you're going to go from Gemini to Cancer. So maybe going out from like, da-da-da, now you're a mom because
Yeah.
you're in Cancer energy. So I could tell you based on the on your birth chart what year that whole energy shifted from going like to that Gemini, let's say extroverted lifestyle, like my best friend, we were in them clubs and
Yeah.
whoa, so far. And then now she's in her Cancer energy. She's at home. She did become a mom. Likes to stay at home. And it's like, who are you? That's not you. Like you used to be the life of the party, but you do change. So it's the same thing with relationship dynamics, like marriages and things like that. It's not a personal thing for you. Like when people say, "Oh, they changed," like they're just changing in general, and it's not a you thing. It's not like I don't want to tell my mom that, it's just now Pisces is an introverted sign. So I would look into that and see like, is he in that Pisces energy? Is he that creative, quiet, spiritual, into music, into arts, like that's a Piscean type of thing. Um, so yeah, anyways, long-winded, but that is something too. It's called progressions in astrology. Um, and I was a very shy kid growing up, but I'm a high degree Aquarius. So it was like all of my schooling and all that. I was very quiet. I did not express myself, but now I'm in an Aries. I'm in the next sign now. So I'm very like, oh, I am not shy. I'm going in there. I'm so different. But you literally start changing over time. So we'll give him some time. How old is he?
He's 15.
Oh, 15. Okay. Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, I would look into like that too. Look in his birth chart and see like what degree is he at. And then yeah, subtract it from 30 and you'll see that's kind of like the age where you'll start to see the shift.
Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. And,
hmm
I really relate to you talking about your Gemini best friend. And I've
hmm
always kind of had both. Like, I'm like,
hmm
I love to go out, but
hmm
also I'm like, leave me alone when it's a
hmm
no.
Yeah.
And so even now, like if I go out somewhere, like with my partner's work stuff, we'll go out and he's like, everybody just loves you. I'm like, I'm
hmm
really good at being
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
out in public.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't always want to turn it on.
Yeah.
So at home, like you're not going to get that same vibe from me as
hmm
when we're at a party or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's kind of goes into like the rising sign. This is kind of like how the outward, that first appearance, that external that people see. Gemini, obviously very curious sign, maybe like, hey, what's up? Who are you? What do you got going on? Da, 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 da. They start asking all these questions. I'm Scorpio rising, so I'm like, don't ask me no questions. Because
Yes.
Scorpio is like, I don't trust you. Why are you asking me? Who's asking me? Who wants to know? Like I just have like a natural suspicion about everything and everyone. And so it's another thing too is like don't take nothing personal. It's just kind of how I'm astrologically made up. Somebody's coming with a charity. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know where this is going. That's the kind of but I've learned, some people are attracted to it. Some people like you when you ask questions. So
Mhm.
learning that is learning people, learning how to interact. If I know you're a Gemini rising, I'm like, oh, she gonna want to talk. If I know you're Scorpio rising or a Cancer or Pisces, it's like, oh, they don't want to be, this is very like, hey, chill. I'm just watching. I'm just observing. I'm just here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do encourage people, at least learn the big three, it's so helpful with talking to people of how you can talk to them without them tuning out or being like, what is this? This does not stimulate me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right. So, second question
hmm
is what is your favorite thing right now? It can be literally
Ooh.
anything.
My favorite thing right now, honestly, is like collaborating with people, connecting with people. Like I'm on this like interesting time in life and when your mindset starts to shift from opinions you used to have about things and how things were done because you grew up that way or but then you experience the thing that you never knew about and had assumptions about. And so now I'm like, you've got to collaborate with people in order for people to thrive.
Hmm.
And it's not always about pay me because I'm always about talking about people about payment. Yes, we talk about money for the first 5 minutes. That's not like a thing I try to hide, but also at the same time, it's like a simple tag, a simple comment, like can spread so crazy because even somebody listening to this and talking to, they might not even be into astrology. They might be
Hmm.
like, I see you have a hat collection back there. Like, are you into hats? And then y'all connect on that. So it's just the smallest little things. I'm trying to encourage people like just a tag will not hurt you. It will not bring down your business. A lot of people try to gatekeep and things like that, but I'm really into right now connecting people and trying to not overextending myself and doing too much, but just that one little thing, that one little nudge can really set people off and you just never know where it can go from there.
Yeah, I love that.
hmm
And I always love a good shout out. Like,
hmm
I don't want to say I'm a girl's girl because I don't think that's the case.
No.
Like, on some level, but like, not
Yeah.
every girl is my
No.
person.
No.
I'm like, my friends I go
That
hard
makes
for.
logical sense. I will promote
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Like, but my friends that have businesses, I'm just like, I go hard for it. We
hmm
can even talk about the friend of mine that connected us, right? Like, she's got the coffee shop with her husband, and,
hmm
her husband was my boss for a long time, but like,
Oh, okay.
I will always promote Della Coffee. And
Oh,
like,
I've
if you're in
always promoted
Houston,
them. I don't know what
yeah.
it is about but I mean, yeah, we talked. Well, she and I are Scorpio risings. We
Th-
both are. Yeah, so there's like a interesting dynamic there when you're learning people's energy. Yeah, oh, I always promote her too. I was there yesterday. I brought a friend in there. We're just like having coffee in there. Yeah.
Like, you got to try this. But any
Yeah.
friend of mine that I'm like, if I can't do it, I'm like, here, go to this person.
hmm
Like, I know my limits on what I can do. And if I don't,
Yep.
I'm like, no, like, go here, go here.
hmm
Just because it's so important. And that collaboration piece, it's so beautiful. A
hmm
friend of mine and I were planning a retreat that we're co-hosting. And I told her, I was like, it just makes so much sense. Like,
Yeah.
not in a cognitive, like, oh my God, this makes sense. Just like a
hmm
soul, like, no, this feels really good and it feels
hmm
really aligned.
Yeah.
And so when you find that with people, like that tag or that share of like, hey, I just learned new things about my own astrological chart from
hmm
Jalisa Danielle, like,
hmm
absolutely tag you,
Yeah.
because if
hmm
someone's looking for that and I don't have
Yeah.
anything to offer, like they may not know to come to me. They may not know that
hmm
I know someone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
gotta
so,
talk. I'm like, people, you gotta talk. And I'm learning this as a former shy kid, being with someone who is a Leo rising, and I have a lot of Leo risings around. Leo is the sun, it's the attention. They can get a lot of attention. So to them, interacting with me, and this is another interesting thing too about astrology is like we're all connected. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form. When you're looking at your child, you're in Aquarius moon, your child's an Aquarius sun. The moon is the mother. The moon, your child's moon sign is how you parent that child. So when you're looking at his moon sign, what is his moon sign? Let's say it's in, I don't know, Sagittarius. Mine's a Sagittarius. The parent could encourage Sagittarius-like things. So, like, my mom encouraged me to travel. She was very spiritual. She is actually a Sagittarius. Maybe he's a Gemini moon because you are a Gemini sun. That could be a thing too. A lot of times the child's moon sign is the sign of the parent. But when there's multiple kids, there might be different moon signs, but it's also like how you parent one is totally different how you parent the other because of their makeup. It's
Yeah.
not like they're a favorite child or whatever. It's just literally the energies are just more aligned with one than the other. It's not a personal thing. Even looking
Yeah.
back at your own parents, if you have siblings and stuff like that, like it's just the energies, like, do they match? It's not you. It's like something outside of you that's like, I don't like that over there. Like, for some reason, I don't like that. Or just feeling intuitively when you're talking to somebody, you're like, something about you, I don't
Yes.
know. Like you could just feel it, but it's not like a person. I don't know, it's like not a human thing. It's like a spirit energy thing. It's kind of interesting.
That
Um,
is really interesting.
hmm
It is. And I never knew that about your kid's like moon sign.
Oh
That's how
yeah.
you parent it. I'm like,
hmm
I put his info in the CoStar app a while ago, and I'm just like, I wonder what his moon is now. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
what's it?
gonna
What's that? You can look it up right now. I'll
I'm
just
like,
start going off the dome right now. Teach
you're
people
like,
some
just going.
just
Let's see.
hey, give me the chart. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. No, and it's like, and again, obviously with astrology, everyone's studying and observing different things. So obviously not 100%, but you can get a general theme. You can kind of see like, okay, you got a kid who's like crying and always whining about something, and it's like, well, maybe they have a water moon. They're more
Mhm.
sensitive. So like, and I'm saying this because it's actually I've experienced this in my life with my coworkers who have children. I have one who her daughter is a Sagittarius, but her moon is in Scorpio. So Scorpio moons are more private. They're more to themselves. They feel people, like they can feel people. So, and I think she was 4 at the time. She's like, I took her to this field day. She was like super into it, wanting to go. And then when she got there and there was a whole bunch of kids, she just started crying. And I
Mhm.
was like, I think she can feel people. She can feel emotion. She can feel. And she's like, I have no idea why she just started crying on a fun, like, field day, field trip, whatever. I was like, but yeah, you got to look at your kids' energies. As much as I get annoyed by really sensitive people, I understand why
Yeah.
they're like that.
That's so funny.
Mhm.
I'm the really sensitive person. So
No. Not me. I'm like, I'll say all kind of stuff. My best friend, she's like the Gemini. She said, that would hurt my feelings if somebody said that to me. I was like, I would laugh if somebody said that to me. It was a tweet or something that some guy was like, or look what my boss sent me. And they're like, hey, I'm gonna be late to work. And then the boss replies, good, nobody's expecting you here anyways, or we don't want you here anyways, or something like that. And I was like, I laughed. And
Yeah.
even if he was being serious, I would have laughed. And she's like, I would have cried. I wouldn't have showed up. I was like, girl.
So it's so funny the way it works.
Yeah.
So I looked it up and it's weird. I say it's weird. I think it's interesting is a
Mhm.
better way to put it. So he's Aquarius sun, Aquarius rising, and Virgo moon.
Oh,
I just think it's interesting that both of us have the same sun and rising because I know that's not like super common.
so, like air and air.
Yeah.
Yeah, like two air and then a Virgo moon. Okay, so Virgo moons could be so if they themselves is he like not say a perfectionist, but is he Virgo can also be like critical of self as well. So like self-conscious. Um, the Virgo moon dynamic with the mother could be like you have like high expectations of him. You want him to like perform at a certain level because Virgo, like I said, is very like analytical and clean and holistic and do exactly like this. Very good at like analyzing data, and they're the kinds that are like meticulous. Like they could sit there and do like a spreadsheet. Like I couldn't do that. But
Yeah.
Virgo is like like they see everything. They observe everything. They see everything. They're like, hey, your frame back there is crooked on your wall. Like they notice like little things like that. So yeah, I would definitely look at to see he's an earth moon, which is feminine energy, and you're an air moon, which is masculine energy. So there's that too, to look at how does a Virgo moon process their emotions. Um, Okay, Aquarius rising. I know a child who's an Aquarius rising. She's very into tech. She likes to fix
Mm-hmm.
computers and
Yep.
she's 12. And yeah, she likes to do all that kind of stuff. Is he into like gaming or
Absolutely.
yeah, I
He
was like, it's
loves,
Aquarius.
yeah, he's my techie guy. So I
Yeah.
always tell him, I'm like my little Aquarian, like, let me call on
Hmm.
you real quick
Yeah.
because I'm not going to figure this out.
Yeah. That's me with my dad. He's like, how do you do it? I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you not know how to work this? Aquarius is yeah, it's like tech, AI, gaming, coding. That was like my last client that I was just talking to earlier. Like when I am aware that somebody's really into stuff like that or anime or whatever, like I'm like, that's Aquarius.
Hmm.
That's Aquarius because it's weird and it's different. And um yeah, okay, okay. So that's a good start. When's
Yeah.
his actual birthday?
February 1st,
Oh, the first.
2010.
Oh, the first. Okay, the first. And it's like the one that's the sun is the leader. It's like they either want to be first, but they could also like be very competitive. They can be so the dynamic of one is like first and leader and attention and the center, but also it could be like the arrogance and the competitiveness and the like, I am number one, I am first, I am the best, I am. So there's always like obviously the shadow side to it, but
Hmm.
um and then you're the eight. So the sun and Saturn and sun. Okay. So there's some, yeah, okay. All right, let me stop. Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm like, okay, what else? What else? What else? But yeah, that tends to be like the one is like, I'm solo, leave me alone. I'm independent. I could do it by myself. But if he was born in like the second, then he would be more soft and sensitive and needing companionship and needing the two. So if
Hmm.
somebody's born on the first, like they are very independent. Like, leave me alone. I got this. Like, I don't need you.
Absolutely.
Is he like that?
Yeah.
He's like, leave me alone.
1000%.
Yeah. Aquarius in itself is a hyper independent sign, like to where we don't ask for help, which is our
Hmm.
like downside. I will bring in like 30 grocery bags and I'm like, I got this, like it feels like a burden to ask for help.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something that I've learned to be like, okay, you can help me just for this once,
Just
like
what's that?
just this once. Don't think I'm helpless. Yeah, so that can be something too, like encouraging, like, do you need anything? Do you need some help? Because we will not ask for it. And I'll be
Yeah.
struggling. Be struggling. Like, help me, please. But,
No, I love that. I love like those insights. It's super helpful because
hmm
it's so he's such an interesting guy
hmm
and I'm super analytical.
hmm
And so I'm just like watching and I'm like, okay, what do you need? Like, let me
yeah.
feel it. And then like being so empathetic, but him having the earth moon, which is more feminine, really makes
hmm
sense to me
hmm
because when he was really little, he would like express his emotions
hmm
a lot.
Yeah.
Like he'd cry openly. Like even now, like you can tell he like will hold it back. And I'm like, you
hmm
can let it go. Like just
Yeah.
because you're 15, like if you're at home, no one cares.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like obviously at school, I know you're trying to save face and you don't want
hmm
people to say things about you, but that femininity in it like really brings that forward. And I'm like,
hmm
ah, there it is. Like that
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah. Even the communication signs too, like your Mercury sign. What is your Mercury sign? Do you have yours or his pulled up?
Yeah, I think, let's see, I've got his pulled up right here. I think mine's Gemini. I have so much
Mm.
Gemini in my chart.
Mm-hmm.
His Mercury is Capricorn.
I like my sisters. Okay. Yeah, and so yours, oh, you said Capricorn, and then yours is in Gemini. So that's another element too, obviously a feminine communication, and then you have masculine communication. So like my sister, my mom have the same Mercury sign, and I would always like look at them like, dang, why do they always have conversations? And like, why doesn't my mom tell me stuff? And like, why does she always tell my little sister? But they literally have the same communication sign, and mine is in Aquarius. So it's feminine and masculine. When I talk to them, they're like, that's rude. That was mean. I'm like, no, no, it's not. Like, what's wrong with this? And I like to send like little videos of like kids falling or scaring kids or something. I'm like, ha, it's so funny. Like the parents are so hilarious, you know? And then they're like, that was mean. I'm like, what? So that's another element with communication
Okay.
with people. Like if yours is in Gemini, mine's in Aquarius, there's both air signs. Like, and it's both masculine in nature that you're not listening to me and being like I have seen with them when I've done interviews with people, what I think is totally normal in a totally normal conversation, they're like, "What are you saying over there?" You know, like, and I feel like I'm sounding very clear, but
Yeah.
it's just that's literally our communication signs that are like they're just off, you know? So in relationship dynamics, you gotta look, it's like you gotta go to all the layers. There's so many layers that because I've studied it so much, I really just like let everything go. Stuff still upsets me, but it's just like, there go that Aquarius, there goes that Gemini, there goes that Taurus, there go like you just let it be, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's just whatever. I feel much more at peace with people because I was raging in like 2021, 2020. Like, why is everyone so dumb? Everyone is, but that's Aquarius. Aquarius is the godlike complex. So if you have
Mhm.
Aquarius moon, some of my sisters like that too. It's like everyone is dumb and I'm the smartest. And I'm the smartest person in the world because, you know, we just have that extra element of knowledge to us, I guess. We like to seek things to learn them. Air signs
Yeah.
are communication. Like we study in school or read books or whatever. So that's why we could feel like we know more than other people.
I
Mhm.
completely relate to
Yeah.
that. Like, this is me as a person. We just
Yeah.
described
All
it.
idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's like I don't try to be that way, but it's like sometimes I'm like, oh no, but I've learned about it.
Yeah. It's
You know, like
it is what it is.
it is what it is,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry. Sorry in
Mm.
advance.
Sorry, I'm the smartest person in the world.
Right. This is why I have a podcast, so I can
Yeah.
just talk all the
Yeah,
time because my
exactly.
Gemini loves it. And I'm like, let me tell you all about what I've learned.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't care. I'm like, well, you're gonna hear it anyways, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm like, I don't care. I'll get on my soapbox and be like, attention, everyone, because I don't have shame. Like, and again, I'm in more of like a very intense, aggressive type of energy with people because when you're even with your son, like going through like Pisces is a very overly giving energy, overly
Mhm.
like always like, wanting to help or very self-sacrificing or like doing too much. Like I was helping too much. I'm like, oh, you need $2,000? All right, here you go. You don't gotta pay me back. You know, that's like I was doing too much. So that's something that we have to learn. And then you go to the next sign, and then you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. And, you know, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful process, though. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So, the last question that's
Mhm.
planned is what is a topic you think needs to be expanded on?
Astrology.
Yeah.
Um, more of like, so I naturally attract people who are like at the beginning, like interest level,
Hmm.
but I'm on the college professor, you know, this quantum thing. So that's kind of like the part that I'm like, okay, how do I break down like where I'm at up here, but I'm always connecting with people who are at the very basic peak interest, and then just kind of keeping it like that. So using pop culture, using talking, having conversations with people, showing people that is astrology is observation, and you cannot say you believe in something until you actually sit there and research. You got to talk to 1,000 Geminis to see what is the consistent thing between all of them. But people won't take the time out to do that. That's why they completely dismiss it. And then they're like, it's not real, it's not true. I was like, well, then how many studies have you done? Okay, like, have you actually talked to people? Because that's what it is. You've got to talk to people and ask them similar questions. And then you start to be like, okay, I know somebody with my birthday. Oh, wait, we do act the same. Oh, wait, I know somebody born on the same date. Like if you're the 26th, you find another person born on the 26th of any month, you will start to see similar things. So we really are the
Interesting.
same essentially, but it's just like small tweaks.
Yeah.
There's only 12 signs. Like
Yeah.
you're not that special. I'm like, sorry guys, you're not that special. You know, you're not that special. But yeah, everybody's pretty much the same. When you talk to people, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And the more I've gotten curious about people, like it definitely helps. And
Hmm.
I'll ask different things, right? My partner's a Sagittarius.
Okay.
And so another good friend of mine, she's a Sagittarius sun. And then one of his friends is, and I'm like, you Sagittarians were just proud to be Sagittarius,
Yeah.
right? They're like, nope,
Wow.
we're the best.
Yeah.
And we're the best. And we're going to say whatever we think.
I was like, to go
And
fight somebody maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Two
so
of my closest friends are Sagittarius.
it's so interesting to see that and see it play out like inherently like they're different.
Hmm.
Like they're all different people, but like they do carry that same vibration of
Hmm.
like, no, this is who we are. And it's they're all very like sure of themselves.
Are they philosophical? Are they like, could they go on a soapbox rant about something that they've learned, they've studied?
I think so.
Do they give
Absolutely.
wisdom? Gemini and Sag are opposite. They're sister signs.
Hmm.
So y'all have like a natural attraction to like the curiosity of learning and things. But Gemini is like, I want to learn a little bit about everything. And then Sag is like, I want to live, 2 years in a with a monk and I want to study and I want, and they go really, really deep with the knowledge where Gemini is like, I'll be there for like 3 days, and then they move on to the next thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. And
Hmm.
like my partner, he's played drums since he was 8 years old. Like
Hmm.
that is his passion. Music is his
Hmm.
passion,
Hmm.
and he will tell me all of the fun facts about different
Hmm.
musicians or
Uh-huh.
bands, and he knows so much. And I'm just
Hmm.
like, wow, like that's so impressive.
Yeah.
Where like
Hmm.
I'll know so much about something, and I'm like, yeah, I can answer those questions, and I'm like, oh no, but that's my limit. Like I
Yeah,
stopped at
that's it.
that
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll go really, really deep with the knowledge. That's why Sag energy can become like professors, college professors, and people who could really speak a long time about one topic is Sagittarius. Yeah. Because that's what I can do. I have a Sagittarius moon, Mars, Saturn, Uranus. Like I went, I learned astrology, I think, at a rate that like some people took like, years to do. But because I was able to like quit my job and just do it 8 hours a day, I was like lightning speed, reading through books, like, like crazy studying and so interested in it that I was like, man, this should be in schools,
Yeah.
but we're doing dumb stuff in there that like I mean I was public educator for like 15 years, so there's so much garbage that is in schools that's like this does not have to do with anything that we're gonna even talk about once we get out of here.
Mhm.
Why are we spending 3, 4, 5 hours when you could be developing your craft? Kids could be coding, kids could be doing stuff that you can get online right now at 15 years old and earn some income, but
Yeah.
you're spending 10 hours learning geography. Is like they're not all going to do that. So I would love to revamp the school system. I did have students who were like really into astrology, and that's kind of how I got into it. And started to like be like, wait, these are all air signs. This group of kids, they're all air signs. And I started to group them by signs without them like knowing. But I was like, let me do an experiment on all of you right now. Gemini, Libra, you all work together, and ended up becoming like really like best friends. Just sitting people together. That I'm like, there's something that's gonna come about this. I know there is.
Yeah.
Forcing them to work with each other. Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. I couldn't agree more with the school system
Hmm.
comments, and it's hard to watch. And
Hmm.
knowing what I know about genes and epigenetics too, I'm
Hmm.
like everybody literally needs to have this when they have a baby.
Hmm.
Like it could take away so much illness that
Hmm.
people deal with, and even just like astrology, human design charts, like all
Hmm.
of these things are giving you answers to kind of who we are and how we function,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And instead of forcing them into boxes, and so we'll take it to human design. I think it's his bottom right arrow
Hmm.
around his head is facing right. And so he doesn't do great with structured learning.
Hmm.
And so him going into school every day
Yeah.
and him being, I kind of put this together when you were talking about him being self-critical or like hard on himself. It's like
Hmm.
there was a long time where he just wouldn't turn stuff in. And I think it's
Hmm.
because it was like in
It
his
wasn't
mind, it wasn't,
perfect.
yeah. So
Hmm.
he's like, don't even turn it in, don't even
Yeah.
bother.
Yeah.
So like I've been working with him to just be like, just turn it in.
Hmm.
Like even if you like a grade's better than nothing,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's so interesting to see that. And I'm like, he doesn't, and I'm like, just let's get through it. Like,
Yeah.
let's get through these years. Like, whatever
Hmm.
you want to learn after you're done, like, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like pull him into my business. I'm like, come
Hmm.
help me with my
Yeah.
content because I don't want to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Record me, edit, put some captions. The thing with also too, interesting you said that too. I made a video about when I was teaching, I hated being inside because air needs to be outside.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably like to be outside, like just in an open space. Like right now I have the window open, the patio door open. Air needs to be in an open space. So classrooms, especially if a classroom doesn't have a window, it can feel
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. I would get in
Hmm.
trouble for taking my class outside. I'd be like, guys, we're not doing this today because I can't sit in this prison. Or everybody grab a chair. And some of them wouldn't like it because they weren't air signs. They want to be inside, they want to be cozy. I was like, sorry, y'all. I'm the leader today. So we're all going outside. We're sitting outside. We're in the open air because air signs need to be out. Aquarius doesn't like to
Hmm.
be told what to do. So
Yep.
Aquarius is like, I'm not turning in like, don't tell me what to turn in my work on this day. Like, now I don't want to do it because you said for
Yeah.
me to do it. And yeah, and Virgo is the sign of perfectionism to where you try to perfect it too much that it never goes out. So a lot of
Hmm.
really creative people who have all these amazing ideas, they'll have Virgo energy and they're like, I can't put it out yet. The world can't see it like this yet. And they have to learn how to let go of being too perfect because it is a beautiful thing when Virgo arranges things the right way and it's so like organized and neat and like, yes, I like this. It's clean. The aesthetic is clean. But then it's like, what else could you have put out or done that would have been amazing to everyone else? But to you view it like, no, this is ugly,
Hmm.
or nobody would like this. It's like, no, only you think like that, not everyone else. Um, so now I kind of like empathize with like all the students that I'd be like, why didn't you care about this? Why don't you care about history as much as I do? Why don't you like school as much as I do? Um, but that's everyone's different. So it is hard in the school system to try to you can't cater to everyone.
Mm-mm.
You can't cater to all 30 kids in your class or at least groups like that. So I feel for him. I feel
Yeah.
for him. He still got what, 3 more years?
Yep.
Yeah. Even interviewing people now as like millennials and things, like some of them really hated school. Like they
Mhm.
physically hated going into the building because of a plethora of reasons, but it's literally your makeup. And that's why I feel like we should learn it in schools because you got all these stories about discipline and kids fighting teachers and stuff like that. It's like because y'all don't understand the energy that they're coming in. Gen Z is Sagittarius energy.
Okay.
So they're
That
all
makes
born,
sense.
yeah, I would say Gen Z they're all born under Pluto and Sagittarius. Sag likes to explore. They like to
Mhm.
be free. They like to try everything. They want to be on a vacation. They want to be gone. You can't put them in a structured environment and they're going to want to sit there every day. Sag is immutable, it's changeable. It's like, why are we doing the same routine I hate routine. I'm a Sag moon.
Mm.
I hate a routine. I don't plan. I mean, we plan this, but like, you just try to be like as free as possible.
Yeah.
And if you got time and dates and all this stuff, it can feel very annoying
Hmm.
to those people. So my ultimate goal is to like go back into the schools and like talk to like a staff meeting and be like, let me tell all of you something. Leave the kids alone. Leave
Yeah.
the kids alone, Free the children.
You children.
Free the children. Stuff is boring. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all don't even like this as adults.
Mm-mm.
Y'all don't like this. I didn't like it. I'm like, oh, y'all. And I was a history teacher. So I love history. I love going and like traveling to like historic sites. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know if none of this is real, guys. Sorry, I don't know because I wasn't there. I wasn't in 4000 BC. I
Yeah.
cannot confirm or deny this, but you have to learn it because it's Aquarius. I'm trying to keep it real with people. It's like I just want people to tap into their actual gift and what they want to do. Like you, podcasting, talking.
Yeah.
That's air.
It's air.
Yeah, that's air.
Like I said, I could just talk for hours.
Yeah, for
Sometimes
real.
my boyfriend, sometimes he's like, oh, you went over on your session. He's like, big surprise. I'm like, look.
Yeah. No, sometimes I was like, all right, Jaleesa, you're talking a little too much. Start setting the timer.
Yeah.
Okay, pace yourself. Okay, I see the time right there. I'm like, okay, all right. I had to do that with me and my partner. We will do podcasts together, and I'm like, I'm putting a timer right here. So you got 30 seconds to wrap up because I'm gonna keep going, and we got to close this out.
Like this is about to be 5 hours.
Do you have
I'm like,
like ADHD type of conversation? Like you'll ask a question, but then they'll go on this tangent, and then they'll
oh,
go here, and then they'll circle right back around. And like, oh yeah, the question you asked me. Uh, are you like that like that?
absolutely. The side quests are real.
Uh-huh.
Like my friend, a good friend of mine, she's a Gemini
Mm.
rising too, or sun too, and I'm like, we'll go back and forth, and she'll ask me a question, and I'm like, oh, back to the actual
Oh yeah,
question after I've ranted for 10
yeah,
minutes. I'm like, anyway, back to
yeah,
here. Simple answer is no.
yeah. And some people can follow along with that, and some are
Yeah.
like, where is this going? Like, but I can listen to conversations like that because that's how
Yeah.
I talk. Yeah, and some are like, all right, this is so yeah. You want to avoid awkward interviews? Look at people's Mercury signs, or your Mercury sign will never be. This is another like trick. Whatever the sun sign is, the Mercury sign will never be more than one sign before or after, or the actual
Oh.
like sun sign. So you're like, I'm a Gemini. Okay, what's you either a Mercury in Gemini, what's the next sign is Cancer, or the sign before that is Taurus. So you only got three choices with people's Mercury signs. So
Huh.
it's a little tidbit when you're researching people and be like, okay, how is this gonna go? So if you have a Mercury in Gemini, somebody with a Mercury in not Sagittarius, in Mercury in Pisces or Mercury in Virgo, you will what's called it'll square each other. So y'all might have like not a tension, but it's like how you say things and how they view things. It's like two totally different things. And it'll be like, okay, can we get on the same page? But they will that what's called like square each other. When somebody says like square up, they mean like, well, the way I'm talking is the right way, and then they're like, no, the way that I'm talking is the right way. So there's just kind of little tricks and things to pay
That's
attention to when you're doing
that's
these interviews.
interesting.
I just went through this. This is why I'm saying I was like, why are they being so like, you're like you just want to fight me on everything. But then I'm like, oh, Libra. Libra is the sign of like law, and that's why
Yeah.
they become lawyers. I'm like, you just are arguing just to argue. You're just you're just doing things just to do them. And then I'm like, oh, look at their Mercury sign.
That makes
So
sense.
okay, 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 okay. Yeah.
And which ones did you say are would square up against Gemini?
So in astrology, you have what's called modalities. So
Hmm.
they will be like all the cardinal signs, which are the ones that start all the seasons. So like if you're looking at a zodiac map, you got the one at the very top, which is
Hmm.
Capricorn, which starts winter. So it's noon. 3 o'clock is like Libra, which starts fall. Then you'll go down to Cancer, which starts summer, and then you'll go to um Aries, which starts winter. So those four signs are cardinal signs. And so that means like if you're a Cancer and a Libra, the sun signs, they square each other. So your egos could square each other. The way that you perceive yourself and how they perceive their ego is like, again, a little clash. With the mutable signs, Sag, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, those are the mutables. So if you have two signs that are in that box or in that category, they will square each other. Aside from the opposite signs, like Gemini Sag is opposite. So
Yeah.
it's the other two signs. And then you'll have what's called fixed. So like the stubborn ones, the Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So it could be the sun sign, the moon sign. That if they're in that category together, like they square each other.
Okay.
They're little tense with each other. So those are the what are called modalities. That was a really long lesson, but that is what it is.
I loved it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
No, like, well, it's funny because as we're talking, like, I pulled up my partner's sign too, because so we're sister signs,
Uh-huh.
right? He's also an Aquarius moon,
Oh, okay.
Taurus rising,
Oh.
but his Mercury's also in Sagittarius. And so
And
when you
yours
were
is
talking
Gemini. So
about,
you're yeah, y'all are
so
opposites.
sometimes it is that like we're talking to each other, but
Mhm.
it's just like
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
and,
No,
and we
that's
are both like, I'm right. Because we
mm-hmm.
both have that Aquarius moon in us. And I
Yeah.
think it's just that, like, no, I'm
Yeah.
smarter.
Not like I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I deal with it all the time. We literally every day we have a debate. You always I'm like, no, you're always. But we have the same Mercury sign and it's in the like the same 1 degree apart. So our
Mm,
communication is amazing. We get each other, but also it's a mirror. It's like if I think I'm right all the time, so will this person. They
yeah.
will think they're right all the time. So I'm like talking to myself. It's such a, like you're talking to yourself, you're like, oh, but yeah, you will obviously view it through how you see things and you view it through your
Mhm.
lens. But I tell people I don't view it people as like it's right and that's you're right and you're wrong. It's just
Yeah.
that's your perspectives. Because another Mercury Gemini will agree with you, and they'll be like, "Yep,
Yeah.
like, yep." Don't even know the story, but just know that like that's my energy, so I see it and I recognize it and I agree with you. You know,
Yeah.
so that's why I don't believe in cancel culture. You know, I kind of
Yeah.
mentioned that before because there's always going to be somebody who agrees with me.
Hmm.
What happens with cancel culture is that your audience just recalibrates to the people who are on your wavelength,
Yeah.
but you're not canceled. You just gain a different audience, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that because and with energetics and everything I
Hmm.
know, even when you were talking about teaching it, like a lot
Hmm.
of my mentorship clients, they're a lot newer to
Hmm.
spirituality and
Hmm.
energetics and things like that. So
Hmm.
in bringing that in, like I always have to, I'm like, Jillian, we're not talking quantum physics yet. We're
We
going,
can though.
we
I'm
can.
there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
But we're gonna like take it step by step so it's digestible. But it's so interesting to see like that play out
Hmm.
in real time. I
Hmm.
forgot where I was going with this. My mind
It's
just like
okay. I do that all the time. I'm like, wait.
it said no. It said we didn't need to go there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting and I love to
Hmm.
see how other people function
Yeah.
and that's part of that like learning piece too is I love
Hmm.
to learn about other people. I'm like, let me
Hmm.
where are you coming from?
Yeah.
Right?
Very Gemini of you.
And
Very
oh,
curious.
right. We were talking about
Sorry.
the
Hmm.
audience. So
Oh,
like
huh.
I believe like the frequency that I bring to the
Hmm.
table when I'm in my true self and I'm
Hmm.
being like honest to who I am, the
Hmm.
people that resonate with it are going to resonate with it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, like, cool, you're not my people.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
okay. And I
Yeah.
think everybody always wants to be digestible for the whole world and it's like that's just never going to
It's you
happen.
you can't do that because everyone's not the same. So there's
Yeah.
no such thing as like I mean, I think we've been like drilled of professionalism and what is professional and what does that even mean? But Aquarius, because it's opposite of Leo, Leo is the sun, the star, the celebrity, the fame. We could also, because we're the opposite, not like people who are inauthentic and are putting on a show. So Aquarius is like the humbling of the Leo. Is like,
Mhm.
yes, you do your thing, you're popular, shine, but Aquarius is like, but be true to yourself, don't be fake, and I don't put on a performance to gauge. The Leo will put on a performance to gain people to like them. Aquarius will not put on a performance,
Mhm.
and I'm very anti like that's why I'm anti authority, anti like don't tell me what to do because you're making me be a person that I'm not. You're
Yeah.
trying to make me be something that I'm not. So I really like when people are themselves. I don't care what profession you have. I don't care what your job is. Like I want to see you at your core. And with what you guys do with the genetics, I haven't looked into that, but everyone essentially is speaking the same language. And some people cannot understand astrology, but they know human design.
Mhm.
I can read a chart like nothing, but human design, I'm like, what? Like, what are these triangles and things and this? I know I'm a projector. That's about it. And I know the numbers, the 6-2 project
Okay.
splenic projector. That's what that's as far as I've gotten. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else. But everyone's speaking the same language. It's just some people have to use it like in a different way. So you can have the knowledge of astrology, but turn the language into like what you do.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, okay, I know you're a Gemini, but how do I word this to like be, make sense with my business? That's
Yeah.
what I'm having to do now. I'm having to like change the language and stuff because people are like, and I'm like, okay, let me see how do I say this?
How can I say this in a
Yeah,
way that you'll receive it?
like it's this digestible. Yeah.
Mhm. No, I absolutely relate to that. That's
Hmm.
really interesting.
Hmm.
Well, and I just feel like there's so many layers to astrology, and that's why I almost am intimidated by it because
Hmm.
it's like there's so much that
So
goes into it.
mm,
And I mean, even the human design, like I've gotten pretty in depth, but
mm,
again, like then I'm like, okay, like that's all I need to know. If I want to pay someone to read my chart, like that's
hmm.
great.
Yeah.
And so it's just it, but it's so interesting to me. Like I love, again, I love to learn
Hmm.
about people and
Yeah.
things, but it's so funny because when you when you said like no, Aquarius is like don't tell them what to do.
Yeah.
I am very much that way. Like
Yeah.
someone will be like, you should watch this. I'm like, yeah, the fuck I will.
Yeah. Because you told me to. Now I'm not gonna. Now I don't want to do
Yeah. I
it.
was thinking
Because
about it,
now I
but
feel
now
like
I'm
I'm
not going
following the leader. Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Like you think I'm a follower?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. No, my sister's an Aquarius moon. She's a Capricorn sun, Aquarius moon, Aries rising. So she has a lot of authority energy in her too. And she's very like when growing up, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell-" I'm like, oh my gosh. But now I get it. Now I
Yeah.
understand. Now it's not like that. But I'm letting things go. But yeah, it's a very authoritarian because it's the last sign of the zodiac, last air sign of the zodiac. So with that too, like when you're looking at the order of the zodiac, it's going in order of age. So Aries is the first sign, they're the baby. You go all the way to Pisces. Pisces is like the wisest. So a lot of times Pisces can let a lot of stuff go. And very
Hmm.
like it's whatever, who cares? Like I'm an Aquarius, it's a sign before that. I'm like, it matters. Oh, like it. And then Pisces is like, who cares? Just vibe. I have a little bit of a Pisces in my chart, but overall, I'm very like, no, it needs to be like this, and we got to take revenge on them, and we must get them back. And then Pisces is like, no, it's okay. So in relationship dynamics, even if your son is probably gonna feel like he's a parent to you
Hmm.
because he's the last air sign and you're the first air sign. So even though you're older than him and you're the mom, he's gonna be teaching you a lot of stuff because he's the last air sign.
Yeah.
So Aquarius is quieter, and Gemini's like, "What's going on here, guys?" And then Aquarius is like, "I've already done all of this. I don't need to do all of that chatting and talking. When I speak, my 3 words of wisdom will, come out." So, when I was watching people who have children, I was like, "Wait, that's why." Because the kid is here to teach the parent.
Hmm.
And then and then your parents and their parents, like it's just like a trickle down effect.
Yeah. I believe that and I've seen that.
Hmm.
There's been
Hmm.
certain times where like I will just let things bother me and he's like,
Yeah.
why
I'm
are you
I'm
letting it bother
very,
you?
yeah, that is something too with Aquarius is we're known for being able to handle all types of personalities, all type of like I worked in like with behavior children. I worked in like the school where they send all the quote bad kids.
Yeah.
That stuff don't bother me. Like that stuff
Hmm.
doesn't bother me. A kid trying to challenge me in my face. I'm like, if you don't get out of my face, like that doesn't scare me. It doesn't because Aquarius for some reason is able to handle that. They can work in like a psych ward or all that. Um, so I think that's why we can like not care about a lot of stuff. It's also the sign that can help people like who are in a panic
Hmm.
and be like, hey, chill. What are you doing? Now, internally, like if the building could be on fire, my dad, because even my dad told me the other day, you can walk people out of a burning building. I'm like, single file, like there's no panic to me.
Hmm.
There's no like chaos. I get frustrated. I get angry. I could snap, but I'm not panicking.
Yeah.
Like I've experienced so much crazy stuff in life that I'm like, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to what I dealt with. Yeah, so this is yeah, this is some things you could observe in him. Like when you start studying him, probably now you're gonna be like,
Yeah. I like watching him.
okay, okay. Aquarius is observant. Your Aquarius moon, like
Hmm.
is we just watch. It's human behavior, studying human behavior. So
Yeah.
I love watching people. I love people watching. I like sitting outside and
Yeah.
just being like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And then I make up stories about them too. I'm like, how do they know each other? I think because and then I like my thing is I want to go up to people and be like, did I guess it right?
Yeah.
I guess their names. I try to guess all that stuff. I'm like, I wonder if I got this right. Mhm.
I love that. No,
Yeah.
I can really relate to that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when you're talking about the chaos. Like,
Uh-huh.
you take the human design piece, right? So if we
Hmm.
look at the 6-2, that's the
Hmm.
hermit, but also like the leader.
Hmm.
So I could absolutely walk people out of a burning building.
Hmm.
In that moment, I would seem very calm on the
Hmm.
outside. Inside, my Gemini would be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
everything's fucked up. Everything's freaking out because like that chaos is that
Yes.
Gemini sometimes.
Yes. The
Like
anxiety.
that's part of
Just,
my process.
yeah. Gemini is like anxiety and like that's why like Kanye West and who are like the famous Donald Trump, the big
Mhm.
Geminis that people are like, why are they like that? Why are they da, da, da? Because it is a lot of thought. It is a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of like overstimulation. I joke with my best friend before I knew astrology, she would say stuff like, my anxiety, I'm like, girl, what is that even? What is the heck is an
Yeah.
anxiety? Like, what is that? Like, and I'm like, what is she saying over there? But then over time, obviously learning and studying is like Gemini, Virgo are the signs of depression and anxiety and like overly thinking like too much to where it
Mhm.
can literally you think too much to where like it makes you still like you're not progressing because you spend too much time thinking. You're like move forward with that. Just sit on the couch all day and just be like and just
Yeah.
thinking and then thought and it's like it paralyzes you.
Yep.
You're like then it can put you into depression because like dang I procrastinated all this stuff. I didn't even move on this stuff and now it's just like a domino effect. So
Yep. That is so true.
mhm.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah, I feel seen.
That's
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
sweet.
I'm I'm telling you, like every person that I've talked to for some reason in the universe, like either we've gone through similar experiences. Obviously, like I said, we're all connected, but it's very similar. It's like a little too relatable to where it's like I'm
Mhm.
talking to you, you're a Gemini. Oh, I know a Gemini. I mean, everybody probably knows a Gemini, but the stories are like parallel
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, I'm like, who are you? Where'd you come from?
I believe that our souls were just meant to come back together
Yeah,
and talk. We're like, hey, we're back.
yeah.
Remember me?
Like we couldn't stop talking.
Yeah.
More talking for all of eternity.
For all of eternity. Thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll wrap it up there because we know
Hmm.
we will talk forever if we let
Yeah.
ourselves.
Hmm.
So if someone wants to book an astrology reading with you, where can
Hmm.
they find you? How else can they work with you?
Okay. So I'm on every social media platform you can think of. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok. But I say TikTok and Instagram and YouTube are like the prominent ones, but I do have my website on every single one of those.
Okay.
And it's on a video. So if you can't find it, we got other problems, okay? Because it's literally everywhere. And then I'll have people DM, how do I book with you? It's everywhere. My website is every place you can think of. On a shirt, a hat. It's like everywhere. So if you can't find it, we got to have another conversation.
Yeah. I
So
love that.
yeah, I'm everywhere.
Perfect. And I'll put your handles in the show notes for
Okay.
everyone so that way
Mhm.
they can just click and I'll even put your website there too so
Yeah, they'd be like,
they
"What
have no
you're online? Oh my
excuse.
gosh, I saw you." See, I was like that strict teacher, but like I was like the cool strict teacher. And when kids ask me silly questions like that, I'd be like, why do I write? No, I used to. Why do I write the directions?
Hmm.
If you're gonna ask me what the directions are, why do I do these things? Why is it written there? Why do I post it? Why do I say it? People are just being lazy.
Yeah.
So
They don't want it enough. They
no, they
kind of
don't. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
another thing too. You kind of like really filter out people who are like really needing something. I feel like I am the person in people's lives to help people initiate. Like I have a
Yeah.
lot of fire in me. And so when I view them as like why are you not making that extra effort? Like I'm here to like push people, but they're also here to teach me like, slow down. Everything doesn't have to be done super fast and right now and immediate, but I'm very like, now, hurry, go. You might miss the opportunity. And then earthly, slower energy is like everything in its own time.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
Absolutely. I love that. I've learned so much today.
Yeah, I
Thank
feel like
you.
I talk too much.
No, not at all. You've talked the perfect amount,
Some water.
right? Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for listening to Expand the Conversation podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review of the podcast on your favorite platform. Your feedback means the world to me. If you have any questions, comments, or topic suggestions for future episodes, reach out to me on social media. I would love to hear from you. To let me know you are listening and stay updated on all things Expand the Conversation, be sure to follow and tag me on Instagram at expandtheconversation.podcast. If you know someone who would benefit from this episode, please share it. See you next time.